श्री महाभारत कथा,
श्री महाभारत कथा,
महाभारत कथा,
महाभारत
कथा है पुरुषार्थ की, ये स्वार्थ की, परमार्थ की, सारथी जिसके बने श्री कृष्ण भारत पाथ की। शब्द दिग्घोषित हुआ जब सत्य सार्थक सर्वथा, शब्द दिग्घोषित हुआ। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत, अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य, तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्, परित्राणाय साधूनां, विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां, धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे।
When I heard that Duryodhana and the Kauravas, filled with vengeance and fury, prepared to march against the Pandavas, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Krishna, standing between the armies, signified the importance of Dharma and the rightful course of action, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the infinitely brave Karna, invincible in battle, was slain by Arjuna in that war of brothers, mysterious even to the gods, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Yudhishthira, the dust, overcame the heroic son of Dronacharya and the fierce Kritavarman, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the brave king of Madra, who ever dared Krishna in battle, was slain by Yudhishthira, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the wicked Suvala of magic power, the root of the gaming and the feud, was slain in battle by Sahadeva, the son of Pandu, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Duryodhana, spent with fatigue, having gone to a lake and made a refuge for himself within its waters, was lying there alone, his strength gone and without a chariot, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the Pandavas, having gone to that lake accompanied by Vasudeva, began to address contemptuously my son, who was incapable of putting up with affronts, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that, while displaying in circles a variety of curious modes of attack and defense in an encounter with clubs, he was unfairly slain according to the counsels of Krishna, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the son of Drona and others, by slaying the Panchalas and the sons of Draupadi in their sleep, perpetrated a horrible and infamous deed, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Aswatthaman, while being pursued by Bhimasena, had discharged the first of weapons called Aishika, by which the embryo in the womb of Arjuna was wounded, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the weapon Brahmashira, discharged by Aswatthaman, was repelled by Arjuna with another weapon over which he had pronounced the word Sasti, and that Aswatthaman had to give up the jewel-like excrescence on his head. Then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that upon the embryo in the womb of Virata's daughter being wounded by Aswatthaman with a mighty weapon, Dwaipayana and Krishna pronounced curses on him, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. Alas, Gandhari, destitute of children, grandchildren, parents, brothers, difficult is to be pitied. Difficult is the task that hath been performed by the Pandavas. By them hath the kingdom been recovered without a... Alas, I have heard that the war hath left only 10 alive, 3 of our side, and the Pandavas 7. In that dreadful conflict, 18 Akshahinis of Kshatriyas have been slain. All around me is utter darkness, and a fit of swoon assaileth me. Consciousness leaves me, O Sutta, and my mind is distracted. It seemed foul. After what hath come to pass, O Sanjaya, I wish to put an end to my life without delay. I do not find the least advantage in cherishing it any longer. Thou hast heard, O Raja, of the greatly powerful men of vast exertions, spoken of by Vyasa and the wise Narada, men born of great royal families, resplendent with worthy qualities, versed in the science of celestial arms, and in glory emblems of Indra, men who, having conquered the world by justice, and performed sacrifices with fit offerings to the Brahmanas, obtained renown in this world, and at last succumbed to the sway of time. Such were Savya, the valiant Maharatha, Srinjaya, great amongst conquerors, Suhotra, Rantideva, and Kakshivanta, great in glory, Valika, Damana, Saryati, Ajita, and Nala, Viswamitra, the destroyer of foes, Amvarisha, great in strength, Maruta, Manu, Ikshaku, Gaya, and Bharata, Rama, the son of Dasaratha, Sasavindu, and Bhagaratha, Kretavirya, the greatly fortunate, and Janamajaya too, and Yayati of good deeds who performed sacrifices, being assisted therein by the celestials themselves, and by whose sacrificial altars and stakes this earth, with her habited and uninhabited regions, hath been marked all over. These 24 Rajas were formerly spoken of by the celestial Rishi Narada unto Savya, when much afflicted for the loss of his children. Besides these, other Rajas had gone before, still more powerful than they, mighty charioteers noble in mind, and resplendent with every worthy quality. These were Puru, Kuru, Yadu, Sura, and Viswasrava of great glory, Anuha, Yuvanaswu, Kakutstha, Vikrami, and Raghu, Vijava, Virihorta, Anga, Bihava, Sweta, and Vripadguru, Uzinara, Sataratha, Kanka, Duriduha, Andruma, Damhodbhava, Para, Vena, Sagara, Sankr, and holy Deva Vrida, Devahuya, Supratika, and Vrihadratha, Mahatsaha, Vinitatma, Sukratu, and Nala, the king of the Nishadas, Satyavrata, Santabhaya, Sumitra, and the chief Subala, Januyangha, Anaranya, Arka Priyabritya, Chuchivrata, Balabantu, Nirmarda, Ketusringa, and Bridbala, Trishtaketu, Brihatketu, Driptaketu, and Niramaya, Abhikshit, Chapala, Turta, Kritbandhu, and Dridhashudi, Mahapurana Sambhavya, Pratyanga, Paraha, and Sruti. Thy sons were malevolent, inflamed with passion, avaricious, and a very evil disposition. Thou art versed in the sastras, O Bharata, and art intelligent and wise. They never sink under misfortunes whose understandings are guided by the sastras. Thou art acquainted, O Prince, with the lenity and severity of fate. This anxiety, therefore, for the safety of thy children, is unbecoming. Moreover, it behoveth thee not to grieve for that which must happen. For who can avert, by his wisdom, the decrees of fate? Time createth all things, and time destroyeth all creatures. All states, the good and the evil, in the three worlds, are caused by time. Time cutteth short all things and createth them anew. Time alone is awake when all things are asleep. Indeed, time is incapable of being overcome. Time passeth over all things without being retarded. Knowing, as thou dost, that all things past and future, and all that exist at the present moment, are the offspring of time, it behoveth thee not to throw away thy reason. Zati said, the son of Gavalgana, having in this manner administered comfort to the royal Dhritarashtra, overwhelmed with grief for his sons, then restored his mind to peace. Taking these facts for his subject, Dwapayana composed a holy Upanishad that has been published to the world by learned and aid sacred bards in the Puranas composed by them. The study of the Bharata is an act of piety. He that readeth even 1 foot with belief hath his sins entirely purged away. Herein Devas, Devarshis, and immaculate Brahmarshis of good deeds have been spoken of, and likewise Yakshas and great Uragas, Nagas. Herein also hath been described the eternal Vasudeva, possessing the 6 attributes. He is the true and just, the pure and holy, the eternal Brahma, the supreme soul, the true constant light, whose divine deeds wise and learned recount, from whom hath proceeded the non-existent and existent non-existent universe, with principles of generation and progression, and birth, death, and rebirth. Aldigantai, Chinwanao, Sabesane. That also hath been treated of which is called Adhyatma, the superintending spirit of nature, that partaketh of the attributes of the 5 elements. That also hath been described who is Purusha, being above such epithets as undisplayed and the like. Also that which the foremost Yadas exempt from, the common destiny, and endued with the power of meditation and tapas, behold dwelling in their hearts as a reflected image in the mirror. The man of faith, devoted to piety, and constant in the exercise of virtue, on reading this section is freed from sin. The believer that constantly heareth recited this section of the Bharata, called the introduction, from the beginning, falleth not into difficulties. The man repeating any part of the introduction in the 2 twilights is during such act freed from the sins contracted during the day or the night. This section, the body of the Bharata, is truth and nectar. As butter is in curd, Brahmana among bipeds, the Aranyaka among the Vedas, and nectar among medicines. As the sea is eminent among receptacles of water, and the cow among quadrupeds, as are these among the things mentioned, so is the Bharata said to be among histories. No irrevocably. He that causeth it, even a single foot thereof, to be recited to Brahmanas during a Shraddha, his offerings of food and drink to the manes of his ancestors become inexhaustible. By the aid of history and the Puranas, the Veda may be expounded, but the Veda is afraid of one of little information, lest he should it. The learned man who recites to other this Veda of Vyasa reapeth advantage. It may without doubt destroy even the sin of killing the embryo and the like. He that readeth this holy chapter of the moon, readeth the whole of the Bharata, I ween. The man who, with reverence daily, listeneth to this sacred work, acquireth long life and renown, and ascendeth to heaven. E01. In former days, having placed the 4 Vedas on one side, and the Bharata on the other, these were weighed in the balance by the celestials assembled for that purpose. And as the latter weighed heavier than the 4 Vedas with their mysteries, from that period it hath been called in the world Mahabharata, the great Bharata. Being esteemed superior, both in substance and gravity of import, it is denominated Mahabharata on account of such substance and gravity of import. He that knoweth its meaning is saved from all his sins. Tapa is innocent. Study is harmless. The ordinance of the Vedas prescribed for all the tribes are harmless. The acquisition of wealth by exertion is harmless. But when they are abused in their practices, it is then that they become sources of evil.
भारत की है कहानी